Yes, people, today I want to talk about failure and how it can just redirect you to be even better than you were before that failure, because that's how I'm feeling this week and the past weeks that have gone, because my deadlift has gone to the absolute floor. It's gotten so bad. Whenever I think it can't get any worse, it does. And it's easy to get really angry at that. It's really easy to get very bitter with the fact that one compound out of the three is just down the drain, and it's also my favorite as well. And I'd be completely lying to you if I said that I hadn't been bitter at all, because I definitely have. I've definitely been frustrated, angry, a little bit annoyed, all those negative emotions that you are kind of bound to feel when something you're pouring all this energy into isn't exactly giving back what you want to receive back. But this week especially, I feel like I've really turned a new leaf in terms of mindset, because I've kind of taken a step back, looked at my training throughout the couple months that we've had in 2026 so far, and thought, yeah, my deadlift has really gone badly, but what has gone good? And the conclusion I've come to is that squats have just come on leaps and bounds, and I really feel like squats would have not made that progress if my deadlifts didn't go to oblivion. And I'll explain why. Basically, when I first started my powerlifting at the start of last year, my goal was to get 200 on deadlift. And the whole year, that was kind of my main goal. I was really focused and hyper-focused on getting my deadlift form good, on getting my progress good on a deadlift. But all of that mental energy then kind of poured just into deadlifts and not necessarily squat and bench. Now, the thing with bench is that I didn't need as much mental energy in that because it wasn't a new compound to me. I already had a year learning bench by itself. So I knew that a lot better than squat and deadlift. And I even did a short at the start of last year that was my most viewed short, basically saying I did a lot of bench and now my squat and deadlift horribly underperform. I'm now kind of reliving that problem in a kind of sadistic way from the universe, because now my squats are heavily underperforming because I focused on deadlift so much. Just like my squat and deadlift horribly underperformed because I focused on my bench so much at the start of my journey. So having that deadlift ripped away from me and obviously chasing that kind of lust for kilograms, I obviously turned to squats. And squats in the past month have come along so much more. They've come along drastically in form, and I've already put on like 10, 15 kilos in 2 months, which I'm super pleased with. Now, what have I done with my squat? How have I improved since deadlifts going down the toilet? Well, firstly, I've widened my stance. I'm more kind of shoulder width, plus an inch. Whereas before, I was definitely a lot narrower. You just have to go and watch my competition shorts for them ones because, yeah, it was dead narrow. I also use a lot of positive reinforcement when it comes to squats now. Going into past squat sessions, I felt really bad about myself. I really thought like, wow, my leg strength is so bad. I'm gonna have a bad session. I'm not making that much progress. And I was basically setting myself up for failure. Before I even entered the gym doors, I was saying I was gonna have a bad session. But now when I get under that bar, I unrack and I'm ready to do my squat. I literally say to myself, my legs are strong, I can squat this, I've got this. And it genuinely works. I was definitely one of those people that thought that was well cringe and was like, what do you mean positive reinforcement? That doesn't work at all. But then one time I accidentally tried it and it genuinely worked for me. Final thing about my squats that I've improved on is seeing my improvement over time. Now deadlifts are gone, looking at squats every session and seeing what I can improve upon next time and seeing how I'm squatting and how I'm improving is really helping me improve. And I wouldn't have that focus onto squats if my deadlifts were still in the picture. So at the end of the day, where some people see failure, others see redirection. And I've been redirected in a direction where I can get my squats up to scratch, improve them, build kilos up on them, get my form even cleaner than it was before. And then when deadlifts inevitably do come back into the picture and pick up their strength again, I'm not gonna say my squats will be on par with my deadlifts because my deadlifts are incredibly strong, but they will be a lot closer to my deadlift than they would have been if my deadlifts continued to fly upwards. So if this is the same for you in something in the gym or in life, just go along with it. Bodybuilders, for example, if you enjoy training biceps and you injure your bicep in some way, that frees up time to focus on a muscle group that you perhaps don't like, and you can find a new love for that muscle group. Or it could just be building that muscle group up to scratch. It's only failure if you quit, and I don't intend to quit for a very long time. Peace.